Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My message to you this morning has a rather strange title. It's a number, 6. And the reason why I want to talk to you this morning about 6 is that when I was a little boy, this was a very important number to me because it meant something that I wanted to be. 6 was linked to 6 feet or 6 foot, was considered the height of a tall man. Someone who was tall, someone who was imposing, and as a little boy growing up, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be 6 feet tall. We used feet in those days, despite South Africa not being in the imperial measurement system anymore, because 1.82 meters didn't sound quite as cool as 6 feet. So if you were 6 feet tall, you were a real man, or so we thought. You had a presence because of your size. You didn't have to worry about anything else. Today, I know that presence comes from a lot more things than just your physical presence. But it took me a long time to realize that. So 6 was an important number, and 6 feet was an important concept to me when I was a young boy growing up. These days, the number 6 or the phrase 6 feet is quoted very widely, particularly if you live in the United States or in Britain. And it also refers to this distance, 6 feet, but it's more of a distance than a height. It's not the height of a strapping young man, it's the distance that you need to stay away from other people, to stay away from other human beings. For us in the metric world, and we talk about distance of between 1.5 and 2 meters, and we've called this thing social distancing, which I find the most strange phrase that I've come across. The two words social and distance seem to have opposite meaning. Social means come together, and distance means stay apart. Hence this phrase, social distancing, that's so strange, that require us to be 6 feet apart from each other, or between 1.5 and 2 meters apart. And the phrases about this being alone together are phrases that are being used at the moment to try and let us understand what this social distancing is about. And my point that I'm trying to make you today in this rather strange message entitled 6 is that the concept of 6 feet can have two completely different meanings. It can have a positive concept for me when I was a little boy growing up of height and stature. And now it's got a negative concept and a negative meaning as the distance my loved ones must stay away from me in order for us both to be safe. The same concept and a completely different outcome. And I've spoken to you before about this thing called perspective, and that's what it's about. For example, if you have a look at the number 6 and you're standing at the bottom and you're looking at the number 6, you see a 6 in front of you, the numeral 6. But if you walk to the other side of the number, you see the number 9. You see a completely different thing from a very different perspective. I've spoken quite often about the English phrase, the early bird catches the worm, where we talk about the virtues of getting up early if you're a bird. But if you're a worm who also got up to do whatever worms do during a day, they got eaten. And so the perspective is slightly different. We all have our thoughts on what has happened to us in these last 5 or 6 weeks, and we have our ideas as to what might still happen. I have never seen so many keyboard warriors as I have out there at the moment. People who are ready to have a go at anybody who has an opinion that might be different from theirs. It can be at the police, it can be at the politicians, it can be at surfers and joggers, it can be at township dwellers. We've become very judgmental in all the things that we do, and understandably so. And I'm not judging the judges by saying that. We're scared. We're uncertain. And we've had to take a stance on something without really understanding the other person's perspective. I do spend some time on Facebook these days, and I know Facebook is for old people. But I'm an old people, and so I spend time on Facebook. And there's some wisdom out there, and there was a piece I saw the other day which spoke to this. It spoke about how we're all desperately trying to put our own point across in these very hard times. And this piece said simply, be kind. We may not agree, we may not like what people are saying, we may be adamant that we are right and they are wrong, we want to inform the world, even though we might not be right, but we can be kind. And this is how this piece ended. It said, don't judge fellow human beings because you're not in their story. We're all in different mental states than we were months ago. So remember, be kind. And I thought that was a good way to live. The reading I've chosen for you today comes from a poem that I read many years ago called Desiderata, written by Max Ehrmann in the late 20s. And I read to you the last stanza. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. And with that, we close our assembly today. We are going to close with a performance, though, and that performance was done online for us by our big band. And I really hope that you enjoy what they are going to play for you now.